How we doing, everyone? Happy New Year. It's great to be back. It's great to be chatting. I haven't done this in a while. It's longer than normal. I feel like every single time I do this, it gets longer and longer between the streams, but that is okay. Um, you know, uh, I don't know. I've been fucking busy. I could tell you that much. This house has monopolized a lot of my time. I like to come on here, obviously, from time to time and kind of talk about things we have going on behind the scenes. If we get any viewers, we can answer some questions, but obviously, these are never at a good time. Um, just to kind of give an idea of how my mind works. I literally keep, I say this every time, but I keep a list of everything I do every single day. So I have a calendar, and then I have like this basically list that I've been keeping probably for the last, I'd say 2 years at this point, maybe year and almost 2 years. I want to say, and I just every day I just go through and I say everything that I did. I just write it all down, and then I like to come on here and talk about it every once in a while, and that's what we're gonna do here. And at some point, I'm probably going to go off on tangents and talk about the house and everything because we have been doing a lot of shit. And, yeah. So, we're moving. There's definitely a lot of progress being made. And this list back here, this daily recap list, starts like over a month ago. Yeah, this was a long time in between here. This was like November 21st, I think. Publish vlogs, promoting vlogs. I might not even go through this like in depth. I'm just gonna pick out the things that I really want. So like, work in a raise, GetGo. I bought the presents or this, yeah, gift cards. Yeah. This was for like home purchases. So buying gift cards at GetGo and shit. Then I went to Home Depot. This was the day I bought all the outlets and the cover plates, wall jacks for the Ethernet, vacuum filter, voltage tester. Just a lot of shit. We can pull it up now. I want to make a full video on this, but this is every dollar that we have spent on our house so far. If I could zoom in here. This is every dollar that we've spent so far on everything for our house. We got the date, the purchase date, we have the item, we have where it came from, like the source that we bought it at, who paid, me or Amanda, and then the cost. And I've paid more. I've spent 3 times as much money as Amanda, but a lot of the stuff is like, some of it's tools, some of it's bigger purchases. But I want to do like a full like analysis on this and talk about this. This would be super fucking cool to do in a whole video where I actually think about this shit. But yeah, so far we're like $13,000 in to this renovation, and yeah, this is everything we've purchased so far. Roughly like almost 100 different items here. But I would highly recommend this. I mean, if you're going to do something and you want to keep it, if you want to keep track of shit, like just do a simple Excel spreadsheet like this and just write down the columns that you want and the stuff that you want. And I like this because it's just going to give us a good idea of like where we spent our money, how we spent it, even the timeline and everything like that. Right now, some of the more recent purchases we have, like things we're waiting on, like we bought roller shades for the whole upstairs. We bought an ottoman. We bought a sound bar and speaker system, a little like wall, like surge protector extender thing. And then I just bought a light switch, like a smart light switch to finish our living room lighting. House has come so far. I need to fucking figure out a way to more efficiently get these vlogs up because I'm just behind on that. But just doing work there, doing work for other people, trying to get the vlogs up. It's fucking maddening. But yeah, I want to do a whole video on the money thing because we have been spending a lot of it. Mostly good things though. I mean, like, a lot of it, anything on, remodeling stuff like painting, flooring, and all that. I mean, I don't know. I think that just adds value to the house. Everything that we try to do, we try to, make our lives more convenient with a lot of like smart devices and shit like that, but also make our home more valuable in certain aspects. I I don't know. I mean, I think we're moving in the right direction. So, way back then, though, we were doing the painting, hockey, shower, expenses, blah, blah, blah. Monday, always do the finances, vlog stuff, more housework, installing like vacuum filter, cleaning shit. Yeah, we're breezing through some of this. This is too fucking long. I want to hit on big things, though. Buying more shit from Home Depot. We were painting back then, filming podcasts. I haven't done too many podcasts recently. Selling stuff, that's a huge thing too. I would highly recommend just selling things if you're trying to like move or get rid of, like if you're just trying to downsize or if you ever move, take that as an opportunity to fucking get some shit out of there. Because then you can buy new things that you actually need rather than keep old junk that you're not using. Tuesday, taking down trash, vlog episodes, measuring our attic door because it sucks, installed smart locks. So I can go through all the smart locks or all the smart devices we have. That would be kind of cool at some point too, with the video, just cleaning, painting, business meeting types shit with, other individuals. This is what I've been up to the last month and the last few months really, but this really is just fucking picked up a lot. Playing some hockey, about 2 to 3 times a week-ish on average. Working on client stuff, vlogs, research. Oh my god, the amount of research that I've done on these fucking things is crazy. Like so many details that if you actually want things to work properly, you have to really get in the weeds with it. I'm actually really happy. I swear to God, I'm really happy that I have at this point done as much as I have to research like the fine details of, specifically I'll mention like the smart home things, and just understanding how things work together. I haven't had too many bumps in the road or too many surprises. We're using like Google Home as like our ecosystem, if you will. So, most things work, but we have two doorbells. We have 2 Nest doorbells. We have a Nest Cam with a floodlight outside. We have 2 Eufy smart locks. We have these Lutron switches now. So we have the hub, and then we have 2 dimmers, a Pico remote. I just bought another switch. We have a Nest Mini. We have Nest Wi-Fi. So we have a router and a point. I'm just naming things off the top of my head, but I have like a page in here. I'll put a link in the description. This is like everything we own. So this is my website, and then I have all these things down here, and it's not finished obviously because I'm doing a million other fucking things. But I want to have it like a really relatively interactive thing where you can see all of the shit that we have, and I can kind of talk about a little, like just a brief synopsis, and maybe do like a video on like the whole thing of like our smart home tour. I have like a desk tour, like like this workstation tour on here for that when I was building this setup. So when we're kind of good on a place with our smart home, let's say, I'll make another video and I'll talk about that. So these are just some of the things. I don't even have them all on here yet, but like I was talking about that Nest doorbell, that floodlight, the locks, get some Netgear switches because we have that Nest router and point. Then we're going to switch it to get up into the next level of the house and all sorts of shit. We didn't install the thermostat yet, but that'll be cool. We have that all hooked up. But yeah, so that's my smart home thing, and then the a lot of house shit, all the tools and stuff like that. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. We got our nice little couch and everything. It's coming together. It really is. Just a lot of shit, a lot of purchases, a lot of research, like making sure that we hung our TV. I'll just stream of consciousness, try to talk about what the fuck we did recently. Just, we hung our TV recently, this big ass, 70-inch Vizio, and we also wanted a sound bar to go with it. So I didn't purchase the sound bar before, we hung the TV. So I just I wanted this TV mount right here. And then we had this little auxiliary soundbar mount thing that goes in between the mount and the TV, if that makes sense. It all connects together like that. So we did all that on New Year's Eve yesterday. And then I just ordered the soundbar today. So it's the Vizio M, what's it called down here? Vizio 5.1 channel M series soundbar. So, just a fuck ton of research and then a decent amount of spending money, and then assembling it and configuring everything. And I enjoy that part. I enjoy having a nice house that works well. Another huge thing, just random bullshit here. Google TV, great fucking investment. If you get like a Vizio TV, I don't even have the TV connected to the internet. Like I updated everything, and then I just didn't connect it, and I just put the Google TV in. I'm just gonna use that. I was thinking about sending the TV back and getting a Sony Google TV, but I'm like, fuck it. Let's just put this dongle in there. So like, Google TV is pretty dope. If you don't know what that is, it's like a Fire Stick, but it's Google, and you can log in and you can, it's nothing crazy. It's not like you're buying anything other than just like a nice operating system to watch apps and shit in. I just prefer it. It's really a preferential thing. If you like a Fire Stick, then you can maybe stick with a Fire Stick. If you like something different, if you're more of a Google person, Google, it's like an Apple TV, I guess, too. I'm not familiar with Apple TV as much, but I would assume they're all pretty much the same thing. But the point is that if you weren't like big into Amazon and you weren't big into Apple, then this is a really good one, I would say. I've quite enjoyed it to this point. And yeah, so you can get it built into a smart TV, or you can get the little dongle thing. I'm not sure if having it built into the TV would be better. I just thought it would be cleaner. But, oh well. So, yeah, we got our door handles on there. We got all sorts of shit. Just kind of going about it as best as we can. Again, just research, like fucking smart lights. We bought these. This is another example. We bought all of these. Where are they here? It's like a 6-pack of ultra thin. These are really cool though. Ultra thin LED lights. So you don't even need to put like a can or anything in the ceiling. It literally works. If you can be like on a stud, like on a joist in your ceiling, and you could have, like you could if you look up at your ceiling, and if you drilled like a 6-inch round hole, you could have a stud right in the middle of it. And these things will still work because the clips are like on the outside, and there's literally basically no clearance that it needs within the hole, because they're just like little wafer thin lights. So we just installed all of those. We put the junction boxes up there. We wired everything, wired it to 2 Lutron cassette switches. Watch the vlogs at some point for all the updates on that, because I filmed a lot of the updates and kind of how we did some of that stuff. So I don't know, just a lot of shit. But it's all looking really good. The living room is really looking fire at this point. And, we're just going to keep on rolling with that. But that's really the big thing, is like the time suck of like trying to figure out what you want to do, and then trying to think of a concept, and then figure out how you want to do it, think of the best way to do it, think of the options and all that, then come to a conclusion, then buy the thing, and then actually do it. That's just a big process, when you're doing all of those steps. So I'm not complaining, but that's where we're at. So doing more website and like client type work there, and then putting the vinyl cutter together. Wow, fuck, this was a long time ago. Cleaning, painting rooms, had some, I'm trying to eat in there. I've actually not been eating enough food either. That's kind of funny. I normally eat a lot, and I do still eat a lot, but I haven't been, like, in the mornings. The problem is that my schedule always changes. So like I'll either eat a lot. Normally I never eat breakfast, but I'll try to eat either like a big lunch, and that'll kind of be it for the day. Around somewhere in like the 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock range, or like I'll end up putting myself in the position of waiting until like I'm like 4 or 5 or 6 or whenever, like if I'm gonna go meet Amanda after work or something, after she's done, I'll have to wait, and then I'll go and we'll pig out on some food or whatever, because I didn't eat anything pretty much most of the day. Like it's very rare that I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I never eat 3 meals a day. And actually relatively rare that I eat 2 meals per day, because I just like to eat like a large meal. I don't know, but 2 is if there's a word between like sometimes and rare, I don't know, probably sometimes 2, we'll say, like 30 to 40% of the time, two meals. The rest of the time, 1 meal. But Thursday, way back then, it was Thanksgiving, editing vlogs, hanging out with family during the holidays, and then measuring shit, painting, sleeping. I mean, on fucking Thanksgiving, like that. I think I just released that vlog, maybe not. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember where we're at. But if you want to watch my shit, you can. It's right here. That's the YouTube channel. But yeah, we got 18 episodes so far, and I have at least 23 like edited. So we're moving through these episodes, but it's great. I'm really enjoying the consistency. I wish I could be a little more consistent in the other content too, like this stuff that gets a lot of views, obviously, too, because people give a shit about like helium mining. They don't really necessarily care about my fucking house, but that's okay. I totally understand that's the case. Up to 120k views on this other helium one. That's kind of cool. Throughout this time too, I don't know where the fuck it was at. We monetized. I think that was before. I'd mentioned that in another thing, but we definitely hit 2,000 subscribers here relatively recently. So thank you everybody that has supported us to this point. We're having fun. We're trying to make some cool stuff here and there. Publishing podcast episodes for AM and the PM. Questions. Me and my dad have been putting in so much work. Basically, at least one day a week, my dad comes over to the house and we work on a bunch of shit. So just asking him things too, trying to pick his brain on different stuff. This was actually around this time. I don't even know where the fuck we are here. Probably late November. I was thinking about removing all the baseboards so I could put the vinyl underneath the baseboards, and then instead of having baseboard and then put the vinyl down and then quarter round, it was just get rid of the quarter round. But we didn't end up doing that, actually. It's funny because I was editing some videos and I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to do that. And I didn't do that. I just left the baseboards on and I put the vinyl down and then put the quarter round back on, and looks great, honestly. I mean, I don't see any problem with it at all. Cutting shit, because like we have an air handler in the ceiling, so we're cutting like different returns. We cut one big one because efficiency, I don't fucking know. Run an Ethernet cable, removing air conditioning units, like this big fucking wall air conditioning unit that was disgusting in the wall. We pulled this whole fucking thing out, just crazy. And then just going to Home Depot more times than I can count. That's been a staple recently. Painting, tracking how much money we spend, more painting, floor laying, showering, the works. Working at Ray's occasionally, haven't really done that too much. Got to go there tomorrow though, so I'm gonna have to get up early. Just trying to clean up too. That's a big thing. Is like if you're gonna do this, try to like manage the fucking. I don't know how people actually live in the house that they are currently like renovating and remodeling, because it's a pain in the ass. Like we didn't really live there. Like we just decided we're gonna gut it, but like take out the carpet, paint everything, and just do it all at once. And it's taken months. So this I don't know how you could live there, because like we were fortunate. We've been living at our parents' house, in respective parents' houses. I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know how people do that, but just you got to try to keep the mess to a minimum. Definitely if you live there, but even if you don't, like try to, because you want to eat while you're there, right? So you got to keep like your kitchen table somewhat clean, like just shit like that. It's like, I don't know, just been an interesting experience. Very, very educational. I will never do this again, honestly. Not because I don't like it, but because like I think that I actually think that I could have spent my time better especially if I would have capitalized on some opportunities. And I don't regret what I'm doing here. I'm learning like invaluable fucking skills. But I'm saying like I think as a retrospective thing, I think I probably could have used these last couple months in better form. The trouble is that we would have been paying other people in order to do the things that I am doing, my dad's doing, Amanda's doing, and all that. And I don't know if that would have been I don't know if that is a great use of money, but I think that I had some opportunities here that I kind of missed because I was doing other things. I was trying to invest in this house and like put some sweat equity, if you will, into the house to make it better. But I think that if I wasn't doing that and we could have paid some people to do some things, then maybe I could have made more YouTube videos on whether it was helium or whatever, or that, especially after I got to the monetization stage. I haven't checked the numbers recently, but I was making like $400 a month off of that just in the first 2 months, which is, again, basically off of 2 videos. So I'm not saying that's sustainable because it's not. That's kind of the point that I'm getting at, is I probably could have done more things in that realm and focused more on some more client work and like kind of prospecting in a way. But you can't do it all, and I don't regret any of it because this has taught me that there's no way that I would ever try to renovate a house again. Not because I don't think I can't do it, just because I don't want to. Really is really the best way to put it. I don't think I ever want to do this again. I would much rather. I really do enjoy a big part of it, though. I enjoy the part of it where and by extension, obviously, me and Amanda, we get to like see the house. We get to figure out, like, we get to look at the house in the condition that it's in currently, like when we first bought it, and then think about how we want it to look, and then figure out how we're going to get there, like all the ins and the outs. I really do enjoy that research process. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass, but I enjoy the research process. I enjoy the planning and the designing process. I'm not an interior designer necessarily. I'm just like the concepts and the way I see things. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's use it like this, put it here, whatever. And like this stage right here, I really enjoy this stage where like I went in and I measured out the house and everything, and I, built the rooms in this free program. This is just called Home by Me. You just type that in, you can get this for free. It's just all online. You can just sign up. But this is like the part that I really enjoyed, and it's really, really fulfilling, truthfully, to see this. Like, you put this into a program like this, right? You build it out, you put the furniture in. It's not perfect. You can't do every single fucking piece of furniture in the world, but you can get like, an idea of it. And I'm not fucking kidding you. This part of this right here, the fact that like, I can be in this virtual render thing right here, and I can look at this right here, and I can see this view. And as of yesterday, it actually fucking looks like this, minus this little fucking table thing here in these pictures. Like, we have this couch, we have, not exactly that couch, but we have a couch that shape. We have this chair over here. We have a TV mounted on the wall here, and it is exactly the way that we said that it was going to look. Like, we brought this render to life. This isn't crazy, right? I mean, there's not super anything, going on here, and we still have things to do, like I'm saying. And again, but you get the point. Like, the point is that, like, I am the type of person that knows what they want. Like, I will absolutely figure it out. I'm not really a type of person that's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I look for options, and I look for kind of advice on certain things. But at the end of the day, like, I've for most things, I'm experienced enough to think and know that there's a lot of things that I know that I want in like a house, obviously using this example. And when we were like, okay, we want a sofa like this, and, we saw the chair, and we, something cool like that. And like, we definitely want a TV mounted on the wall, and we wanted that vinyl flooring. We wanted the walls to be white. Like, I just saw all of that. We thought of that. We thought of those concepts. We placed things based on what we had and everything like that. And then we executed on it. But I would love the idea. I would love to take this, something like this one day, do this same thing, but in a more custom approach where maybe I have something to work off of, but it's like a bigger, obviously like a bigger home, but like a different, floor plan and everything. And then I can just take that and design something like this in a program like this, and then give it to a builder and say, hey, go build this. Like we can order, the furniture and shit maybe or something, obviously, and the things and stuff. But I'm saying like the structure of the house, that, and then the other bigger things like, contractor work, like, maybe hanging a TV and things, I don't know. I don't know. What I'm saying is I don't know the level of do-it-yourselferness I will be exuding moving forward. Definitely the stuff in this house, but I'm saying as you get more money and potentially less time because you're doing other things to make that money, then I think it's at least a question that you have to ask yourself: is it worth it? But again, I don't regret anything that we've done so far, because this fucking house is gonna be awesome. The living room is dope as hell. And once we kind of get this bedroom going and everything like that, the way that we want to, I'm just super excited for the way it's all going to turn out, because I know that it's going to be awesome. Going to have our little office over here we can work out of. I'm not anxious to move this fucking setup here, this ultra wide fucking curved thing and this computer and everything like that, but it's really cool. I mean, we got a lot of smart shit going on. It just looks nice. It really does. So I'm going to move this TV down because it's like more in the middle of the wall, not that high. There we go. That's better. But yeah. So yeah, just fucking pumped, man. But back here, we got dinner, house cleanup, hockey, joint checking accounts. I'm gonna rant about this for a second real quick, because I see people on Facebook and on other platforms from time to time, and they're like, how do you manage your money with your partner? Put it together. I don't give a fuck what you do, but like, at least I would at least consider the idea of putting it together. I personally just don't understand how you, and we haven't, and this is actually that's kind of bullshit me saying that. We haven't put our money together yet. We're not married. We don't live together. We're about to live together. We're not married though. And we will be married in a year and some amount of months in fall of 2023. But what I'm saying is that, like, you should at least treat it like that. I feel like I don't understand why, I don't understand how you really be in a committed relationship and not do that. I'm not, that's kind of generalizing. I'm sure there's certain instances where that definitely works, and maybe there's a lot of instances. I just feel like too, like, I think it'd be interesting when you start to have like children. Like, how do you manage that? It's like, oh, mom's paying today. Thank you. What I believe is Russian dude. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. So that's just a weird thing that I saw. It's like, how do you manage your money? Like, how do you pay for things or whatever? Like, a percentage base, if you're going to do that, like maybe like if you make, how can we do easy numbers? If you make 60,000 and your partner makes 40,000, then you pay 60% of stuff, they pay 40% of stuff. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know. Just an interesting thing to think about there. Then I'm back on Monday, whatever Monday this fucking was. I was supposed to have Mark's Multiple Landscaping. I'll drop the website here in the chat. But this is my buddy's landscaping company and tree removal and all sorts of stuff. And did he get a new website? This looks new. I don't know. Looks nice. But yeah, so they came over, and it wasn't actually on Monday. I think it was on Tuesday that they started. But they took out like a big ass tree in our front yard, a bunch of shrubs, a bunch of little other shit like in the back, grinding up the roots and everything, the stumps, and fucking house looks so much better. Like, I can't even tell you how much better the exterior looks, given the given all the work that they did. So that was absolutely fantastic. Super happy that they took care of all that. Because, and I'm happy we got it done as fast as we did, because like, one, I didn't want the big tree to ever fall on our house or anything, any of the branches or anything like that, because it's just like a small house, like it's a ranch house, and the way it looks from the street, it looks really small. It looked way smaller with shit in the front of the yard. I don't know, just everything we're doing is just making the fucking place look so much better. So I don't know, but we had that taken care of. Doing more finance work, painting, so much painting, ridiculous amount of painting throughout this process. We did an entire floor though. I mean, we did ceiling, walls, everything. Every surface is textured. I will never, ever, 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 ever have a house with textured walls ever again. Just terrible, because at some point you're gonna have to paint it. I mean, or somebody else is gonna have to paint it. And like, maybe they don't charge you more for textured. I don't know, but I feel like if I was a fucking painter, knowing what I know now, I would charge more for textured paint, textured walls, because you're gonna spend more time and spend more paint on it. So I don't know, but yeah. So just landscaping work, painting, landscaping work, door jamb undercutting for all of the vinyl that I was about to lay at this point. I was starting a kitchen design on that program as well. I would love to redo that, this kitchen, but that's a big project. I want to get it started though in my head, because like that's a big project. It's going to take time to try to think about how we could do that. So that's a big thing. Vlog work, call with buddy Aaron Watson, Ethernet, networking, planning. Went to Home Depot. Thought I was going to need to use clear Gorilla Glue for some of the floor application. Didn't use it at all. Food, haircut, which I desperately need again this week sometime. Chatted with Verizon about, I think it was that something came off the wall when they were cutting the tree, like the Ethernet line came off of our wall. They wanted $100 to come out and fix it, so me and my dad just fucking drilled the thing back in there and anchored it down. It took 10 minutes, so yeah, we weren't paying $100 for that. Client work, hockey, working at Ray's, checking UPS boxes and stuff like that for business mailboxes. Just fucking a ton of housework, obviously. Yeah, nothing super exciting. Cutting my nails, that's super cool. Website research for like client stuff and different things that we're working on. I researched Webflow. If you're familiar with Webflow, I'm more of a WordPress guy, but Webflow is kind of interesting. Definitely good in some aspects, but it's like most things. I really don't like to rely on like one person or one team for something, especially when, I don't know, that might be silly, but I like, especially some with websites, I like being able to do whatever I want and always be able to like kind of bolt on new things if I need to. So I don't know. I need to look in Webflow more if I was ever going to use it. This Tuesday here, I was filming some NFT videos because apparently I have to like film and educate people on NFT stuff, which I am no expert on, but I kind of understand the value, and I'm part of a NFT collection team. So go follow NFT Homies on Instagram. It's a project we're working on. It's pretty cool. NFThomies.io. Working on that site. Working on a bunch of other shit. A lot of luxury vinyl plank laying, podcasting, vlog stuff, another call, more calls. Texas de Brazil, fucking amazing. If you have one in your area, go. Housework with my uncle. And then finishing LVP, placing lights, sleeping there. Like, just the middle part of this job too, like when it was like dirty and like we had to take that big thing out, so like my uncle had to help plaster and like sand everything and then swirl back in like those fucking swirl things that you see on walls. Like that part of that is just like it's demoralizing, because like it's cool that it's happening, but it's like you don't have any flooring down, you gotta fucking repaint this, there's goddamn sand dust everywhere. It's like it's rough, but thankfully we got through most of that. The downstairs though is gonna be a fucking shit show. I don't know what the hell is gonna happen down there. It's gonna be very interesting. That's a story for another time. There's a lot of stuff down there that we need to mess around with and do, kind of reframe a good bit of the paneling and stuff. So that'll be another project, but one step at a time, I suppose. More housework, bunch of shit. Working at Ray's, housework. Cleaning the floor, furniture delivery came. Yeah, I mean, furniture sat there for like 14 days in like a living room that had the flooring down, and we still had to do some other things. So painting the ceiling of the kitchen. Let's see, breakfast with my parents. That's rare. Helped my dad do some scrapping and such. And buy a water heater. I think I did that day. Editing vlogs. Thursday. There's a period of time in here. I think for like 5 days I wasn't at the place. At least 2 or so days that I wasn't at the house. I was just sleeping here and I was just doing vlog work and stuff. I was trying to. And the other thing too is like you got to think. There's just so much shit that goes into this. So you got to think like, in my position, I'm living in my parents' house. I've been here for 25 years, and if you want to get real quick, like the philosophical fucking psychological thing, it's like my identity is kind of here. So that's kind of like a weird shift that you have to make, which I'm pretty good to that now because we're like really making the new place our home. I couldn't imagine walking into a place that you didn't make your own. That would seem weird to me. But that aside, though, the other thing is that I'm leaving my parents and my sister behind. Obviously, it's their house, but I mean, if you are a type of person that's in your family that you provide value in a certain way, we'll say, then you have to kind of like, I would say like, cross your T's and dot your I's types of shit. So like I'm trying to make sure that the things, like I got a list over here. It's like things that I got to do before I leave, and I got to make sure like the internet and everything like kind of works because part of the network, like, is in my room. I got this wall that I'm staring at that has a bunch of fucking things on it, soundproof panels, and I'm pretty sure that the wall is destroyed because when I was is a lot of patchwork that's going to need done because when I was putting in the nails and stuff, it was just like chipping and shit. I got a light switch over here that's like a smart light thing, and maybe I have to like kind of fix the electrical work there, like things that like I don't necessarily have to do. My dad's more than capable of like kind of tidying up, but I don't want to leave and just be like, okay, deal with it. And so, and then even other things like you really like, this is the type of shit that like I love talking about because nobody talks about this type of shit, but like everybody has to like somehow deal with it in one way or another, whether it's these specific things or not. I'll give you another example. Like every fucking Amazon package that comes through this house is like through my Amazon account that I pay for, like Amazon Prime, and like everybody I just have like 4 different names in there, like with the address, and I just pick whoever's it is, and I have the credit cards are in there, and I, boom. So, and I'm sure that's not like that's not like a thing that is uncommon, but the thing is like, I am no longer going to be here, and I'm not going to like enable my parents or my family to like, they're not going to send me shit that they want to buy on Amazon when I don't live here. I'm just not going to do that because I think that's ridiculous. And then not only that, like, I mean, if they had like Amazon, Prime, for instance, again, in this case, they could like get, added content on their Fire Sticks and everything like that. That's another thing. Like they got Fire Sticks for Christmas. I set all those up in the 3 or 4 TVs that they have here and stuff. So just like those types of things, I want to make sure that, and I'm obviously grateful that my parents let me stay for this long, and they've always been good to me, and, great parenting, high quality. I'm a product of high quality parenting. I always love to say that, but at the same time though, it's time for us to move on. I want to make sure that I leave them in a good spot, like just with the things that I can control, like those little things. So doing that, just like the garage doors, like I lobbied for these garage doors that have internet capability, like these smart Chamberlain smart garage door openers, probably like 2 years ago, and they haven't fucking worked for like 6 months, and I just like haven't done anything. But then we fixed them recently, so those types of things, like I think those are important to I don't know. I think those are important to kind of just again tidy things up before you leave. But yeah, so renewing UPS boxes, website working, call with my buddy CT, gonna be coming in later this month, going to a Penguin game. That's pretty cool. Housework with Dad. More food here and there. My headlight was fucking out. Had to replace that one day. Luckily, that wasn't too hard. That's right there. Parents Network and Tech Research. I fixed a printer too. Soundbar and TV research kill me. Yeah, because like I can't remember. This was after I got the TV. This was after the TV was delivered, which Amanda's mom bought for us for Christmas. So thank you so much. That was huge. And I was like looking into sound bars and TVs and stuff, and like so the sound bar that I liked is this Vizio one. It's the Vizio 5.1.2, and it's got Dolby Atmos speakers that shoot up towards the ceiling and all that sort of shit. It's gonna be really nice. Literally out of stock everywhere. I didn't realize that it was extremely hot commodity, and it was at a really good price at one point. And we missed that sale, and it was just literally out of stock at both Best Buy and Walmart and everywhere. And I was like, okay, that's shitty. And then I was like looking, and then I saw like that Sony. I didn't realize I was planning on getting Google TV, or I think I was. No, actually, at the beginning I wasn't planning on getting a Google TV thing, but then I saw that like Google TV is built into certain TVs. I was like, fuck. And I was like thinking about returning the Vizio and getting like a Sony or whatever. And I was like, nah, fuck that. We'll just. And I ended up just being like, no. I talked to my sister's boyfriend, Jesse, who knows more about that than me. And I was like, let me do something else, and I'll just keep the Vizio, get the Google TV dongle, and we'll do that. And honestly, it's great. It's a great idea. It's fine. Vizio TVs are beautiful. They just have the worst fucking OS. That smart casting. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's just not good. It's clunky. It's not for me. I'm a Googler. I got all sorts of Google shit. And I just love the stuff that they got going on. So, been happy with it so far. Watched some movies and stuff. So, yep, more client work and trash and vlogs and network stuff, hockey, more vlogs. I literally bought all of my Christmas gifts in like the last 2 days of whatever it was right before Christmas. So that was nice. Really, I want to make a public apology right now to anybody that cares to watch this. Really dropped the ball on Christmas this year. I don't want to say I like dropped the ball. Like I want to say that it just was not my best year because like we had all this other stuff going on and we were trying to spend money on the house and things like that. And I didn't really feel good because normally I really do like to give people gifts that they'll actually use and that they like. And I didn't put any thought into anybody's gift this year other than like, just like where they'd like to eat, like go to, spend money, right, via gift card. So it was just not a good year in that the gift giver category for myself. But I do appreciate everything that we got, and I think it was definitely a good holiday season. I wasn't pleased with my performance there, but again, you can't do it all, I'm a extreme. I do that way too much. Like I just have that problem. I need to. The house thing is one thing because again, we had this conversation, earlier, and I was talking about it not necessarily being a bad thing that I've done it, but especially with the business stuff, like I really, once I like lean really hard back into like the podcasting stuff and the clothing and everything, I really got to just I want to be more the decision maker and the leader rather than like the fucking workhorse, like just the straight up work. Like I want to be a workhorse, but I don't want to be like the worker, the only worker doing the stuff. So we got a plan. We do a little bit better there, but even editing videos, like it's just not a good use of my time. So, but we will do it as we continue to wrap up this portion of our life here with this house thing. It's never over, but once we get to a stable point, I think we'll be in better shape in a lot of ways. So we'll see how it goes. Published AM and PM, promoting it, publishing, blah, blah, housework, Christmas Eve, had some dinner, family stuff, Christmas, same deal. More vlog and podcast stuff. Let's see what else we got. Home Depot shit, tech stuff, fixing those garage doors and shit. Watching the Steeler game. Steelers getting smacked every fucking week. Tech stuff. Can't remember exactly what that was. Shopping. Tuesday trash. Fios shit. Putting my hockey schedule in. Loading my car. Got some stuff for Christmas. I mean, we got a lot of stuff for the house, like snacks and shit, honestly, and sauces and things to fill our fridge. And some chairs, like folding chairs to entertain guests, and money and gift cards. Huge. And then we go to fucking Cheesecake Factory. I'm not going to let this go. And then we go to fucking Cheesecake Factory like on a fucking Tuesday at 7 p.m. and it's a 2-hour fucking wait. Like, look, I understand that people don't work in between fucking Christmas and New Year's, but like 7 p.m. on a Tuesday, like what the fuck are you people doing at Cheesecake Factory? I mean, I know it's connected to a mall, but still, like, does anybody... 2 hours, though. Here's the problem. It says 2-hour wait. Doesn't that mean that, like, if it's a 2-hour wait, that somebody... It said 2.5 hours. They told us 2.5 hours. Doesn't that mean that, like, roughly somebody would have had to say yes to 2 hours? Like, at what point do people stop saying yes? Like, I stopped saying yes at a half an hour. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Just, it's very weird, like, the way people think. I don't fucking know. Like, it's connected to a mall, so maybe they're like, oh yeah, we'll walk in at 7, and they tell us 2 hours, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll walk around the mall for 2 fucking hours, and then come back and eat at 9. Like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm just complaining and ranting there, but that just doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense to me. I don't know where you're at with that. If that's your MO and your plan there, but. You do you, Pikachu. All right, so what else we got? Housework. Ordered those roller shades. That was crazy. I had to fucking measure everything. And Blindster.com. We saved like $600 on these shades. I don't really know if we actually did. Like, I don't know if we could have gotten them cheaper somewhere else, but they were having like a 45% off sale. So we got all those blinds for like under $600, I think. Yeah, I think it was like 5 some. I think it's a great deal. It's 9 shades, and one of them is huge. I'm actually very concerned about this one. It's really wide. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that all goes, because that means I'm gonna have to install all of those. But it's better than not having anything on our windows, I guess. NFT stuff, dinner, hockey, Thursday, editing vlogs, more tech shit. I don't know. Friday, which was yesterday, New Year's Eve, worked with Dad in the house. We got our TV hung. Shout out to Lauren and Anthony for helping with that. Yeah, living room is looking fucking great. Couch, chair, flooring's beautiful, lighting is beautiful, TV is beautiful, the switches and everything are beautiful. It's just a really, really, really nice area. Super happy with it. Just got to finish the rest of the stuff and start moving some things over there. It's going to be great. It's really going to be great. Then today we had family Christmas dinner thing, like another one, for other relatives and things. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, so this is my life though, right here. This is pretty much what I'm doing. Spent a lot of time right here on this seat last 2 days, just kind of like watching, researching. I was watching Don't Look Up. That's a great movie. Love Leonardo DiCaprio. Interesting messaging on climate change. The only thing I'll say about that movie is it's funny as hell. But the thing about climate change that I have a slight concern with, to get probably politically scientific here for a second. The problem that I have with climate change is I'm not a climate change denier. What the problem that I have with that movie though, even specifically, is like, that's cool that they used that analogy and that really worked well. And like nobody believed them and nobody gave a shit. But at the same time though, I even watched an explainer video with Leonardo DiCaprio after the fact, And nowhere, anywhere in all of that content was any sort of even not I'm not talking like a detailed mitigation plan. I'm just talking like any sort of a fucking semblance of a mitigation strategy. Like, I don't know. Like, and you couldn't even really do it in the movie because it was a fucking comet. But like, that's all I'm asking is like, how do people like plan to like shut off global warming or whatever you want to call it, climate change? Like, how do you just shut it off? And I'm coming at this from a place of ignorance because I don't really know enough. All I hear is like the fucking headline spun stuff where it's like, oh, they want to like shut off the gas. Like they want to literally get rid of gas usage and natural gas usage and carbon emissions like tomorrow. And they want to put it all on electric or whatever. And then you hear the combating arguments where it's like, haven't you seen like the strip mines that like where they use all this, they find all this lithium and stuff, and it's just as much like shit to get that and then put it in the cars. It just doesn't emit anything after the fact. I don't know. I'm not going to go deep into it because I don't know enough about it, but it's just like, I always hate people that complain about shit. Like, I don't hate them. I question the efficacy of people that complain about things that don't offer solutions. And I'm not saying they don't, but I am saying that like that was not really mentioned in that movie, and I don't really get that from a lot of people. I just hear people like, again, for lack of a better term, complain about things and then not like the next thing that comes out of your mouth, like don't even end the sentence. Like say, this is stupid, like this is bad. This is bad, so I think we should do this as a solution. Like don't even end the sentence, because like if you end the sentence, then it's a complaint. That's the way that I think. I'm probably guilty of that sometimes, but I try not to be. And I just like to think solution oriented, and I like to think not just solution oriented, but also root cause attacking oriented. Like, I hate this idea that we can solve things by fixing symptoms, because I don't think that's ever fucking true. You don't solve things by attacking symptoms. You delay them, or you treat them in a way. You don't solve them. I mean, like, I think of, like, not a doctor here, but again, if you have a fever and you take acetaminophen, like I don't really, or something like that. Like I never tried to do that really a lot. I don't really like taking those pain reliever type things, because especially like with a fever, like that's unless it gets ridiculous. Like, dude, I'm not giving you medical advice here, but I'm saying, like, I thought the way that I understood it was like a fever. If you're a little warm, it's your body warming up to try to kill like whatever's, infecting you. But if you pull your fever down, like that's just like kind of artificially making it easier for you to I guess deal with it. And maybe it's still doing its own shit and everything's still kind of working. Point is that like that's a symptom, and like, but if you can go after like the root cause of anything, that's probably a bad example, but attack the root cause is what I'd always say. I feel like that's going to give you your best thing. Thank you, Darid Nivish Vor. Okay, don't click on that. That's all I got. That's pretty much all I got. I'm very tired. I have to wake up in 7 hours, I think. So I'm going to go to sleep. I got to think about all the things that I'm still going to do to my house. I got to spend all this money on more shit. And this number with our basic budget here, cost of living is just going to continue to go up. But we got a lot of cool shit. The house's value has absolutely increased already, and we got it for a great price. We were already ahead. I think it's a great ROI. It's going to be a great ROI. We're going to continue to make improvements. I saw beautiful exterior paint color today, and I think we're going to implement that at some point. Just a nice gray. That'll really change the shit. That'll really change the look and feel. But until that day, we'll just continue with the orangeness of our home. But if you're not already subscribed, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. I'm trying to put out good content related to this and a bunch of other things. I have a lot to say. I just need to try to package it up and put a nice bow on it and get it out there, efficiently. But happy 2022. It's going to be a great fucking year. Another thing, I wanted to make like a recap video. So maybe right here I'll make a recap. It was a great year. We got our first house. fully funded the Roth. I don't know where we were. We got monetized on YouTube. We bought this Google Pixel 6 Pro. Just a lot of growth. I mean, working with our companies and stuff, like the things that we're kind of doing here, Fueled by Progress and stuff. Some things kind of took a little bit of a backseat. I thought Fueled by Progress was going to pop a little bit more this year, but I just dropped the ball halfway through because we got this house and everything. But once that podcast studio is done in our basement, I swear to God, we're going to literally be pumping out fucking podcast episodes because it's all set up. It's going to be great. We're going to get some nice lighting in there. We're going to get better chairs. And it's going to be a good environment to be in because I bought that new camera, that camcorder, and it's just going to be a better experience for me as an editor, for me as a host, for the guest. I mean, it's going to be awesome. So that's where we're at. We're going to finish our beautiful upstairs at some point this year, 2022. We are going to completely demo that kitchen and make a beautiful new one. Maybe even the bathroom too, at least part of it or something. And then we're going to destroy the downstairs. Like, we're going to probably physically destroy the fucking like game room area, and then rebuild a gym space, like a multi-functional gym space type thing down there for Amanda and myself. I mean, but we got a lot to do, and we're not stopping. So let's keep going. Stay fueled by progress. See you later.